let's come on to some of the other issues. You've put your hand up as a premier candidate for the Western Cape.
Yes.
What was the thinking behind that?
Our constitution says in some of our founding provisions that we are a multi-party democracy. I believe in multi-party democracy. And if we say that it's not good that the ANC governs alone, then it's also not good that the DA governs alone. And the DA will tell you, and they'll say, but we are a much better government than the ANC. And some naughty people will say, well, that's not too difficult. How good are you really? No, the reality is that I think that coalitions are here to stay. And if you look at the developments, look at by-elections, polls, etc., we will likely end up with a coalition on national level, but in some provinces as well.
Absolutely.
Gauteng most likely, KZN definitely. And then there's the Western Cape. Now, if you take the Western Cape, before the 21 local government elections, I've said in the Western Cape that I intend to become part of coalition governments in the Western Cape. There are 30 local councils in the Western Cape. After the election, the Freedom Front Plus is now co-governing with the Democratic Alliance in 11 councils in the Western Cape with coalition governments. You don't hear about them that often. Why? Because they are quite stable. And I really think it's a better form of government than just one party governing alone. This election, my intention is to do exactly the same in the province. Because I think it will bring better government. Yes, we have good government, but we can have much better government. And if you look at the polling situation at the moment, the DA governs currently. The Western Cape legislature has got 42 members. The DA's got 24. So it's not a very big margin. If you lose three seats, then it's 21-21. So I think it's possible that the DA may need some coalition partners. And Freedom Plus has said we are prepared to do so because we think it will bring better government. And I am the leader of the party in the Western Cape, and the party decided that I should put up my hand for the premiership. I'm doing that.
Indeed. I was actually looking at some of the numbers provincially and realizing that if you take, now I know this is not an exact science, but if you take the provincial results for the local election, the ANC, the DA is vulnerable in the Western Cape, that's for sure. But the ANC is vulnerable in KZN and Gauteng, but also Free State, also the Northern Cape.
Absolutely.
With MK, now there's talk of Mpumalanga suddenly being in play. So we could actually have 5 or 6 provinces that are really fascinating races. And that's going to completely change the game.
Can change everything. Let's think conservatively in the sense, let's say it's Gauteng, KZN and the Western Cape. That would mean that is the economic heart of South Africa. But you're right, the Free State is in play. The Northern Cape is definitely in play. Absolutely. And with MK, Mpumalanga as well. So I really think after 30 years, we are entering a completely new political landscape, which is going to be fascinating.